Good afternoon. John Smith, Central Beekeeper Supply, out in the bee yard today with my lovely wife Corinne. On May the 4th, we caught that monster swarm. You saw Cora and I put it in this double deep. Well, in the course of today being the, what'd you tell me, the 27th? In the course of the 4th to the 27th, these bees have drawn 2 deep boxes. I added a queen excluder and put on a honey super. Now this honey super's been on roughly the 7 days. So somewhere around 2 weeks backing up from the 7, they had filled up the 2 deep boxes. I have not done anything other than check progress, add a box. When they had frames drawn, if you'll remember, this one was all foundation. This one had 2 drawn frames of foundation. A lot of people on the video are requesting, hey, what happened to them? Did they leave? We'd like to know what happened. Well, we're going to show you. We're going to open this up, see what they've done with the honey super. I'm going to set the honey super off. We'll go through the top deep box. If that's all honey, you're not going to see me set that off because that dude will be heavy. But it is time to look in here and see what we got going on. That'll give y'all a good idea of what they've done, what that many bees will do. I had a gentleman make a comment, you know, what do you think, 50K bees? There may have been 80,000 bees in that swarm. It was huge. But make a long story short, let's just look at them. We'll roll that beautiful bee footage. Pistol didn't want to take the time to be with us this afternoon. He's too busy with the new chicks barking at them. We have been in a tremendous nectar flow for about the last 3 weeks. This has only been on about a week and a half of that flow. The persimmon bloom, these bees would have probably caught the end of that as far as my honey super is concerned. As you can tell, I put it in checkerboarded. As you can tell, this honey super above the queen excluder is packed with bees. I can see white comb on the foundation frames. I can see that they've built comb. Let's take a look at what we've got going. So this outside frame was drawn comb that they were given. I can tell that's got about half the weight, so I can see nectar in the inside part of this. Here's some on the outside. This was a frame with foundation next to it. They're pulling the comb on it, so they still got nectar coming in, and they're waxing. White wax, nectar flow. These bees were never fed. I never fed these bees a drop. Everything they've done from the day they were put in was what they had with them and what they've naturally brought in the time that they've been in the hive. This is a drawn comb of foundation that I had given them.
You can tell they've added to it.
And you can tell they've added it on due to those 9 frames. They're working it real good. Here is a foundation only frame right beside it. The further we go towards Corinne, the heavier the waxing gets.
A little bit of capped there.
Yep, so this one they've got about that particular, they drew all they were going to draw on it. They're still filling some down here on the end. These bees have started capping. Backside, they've drawn the wax fairly decent. That may still come out some more. Now if we just jump to the heavily populated side, look at them all. They just wondering what's going on. Now if you can get a picture down in there, this was drawn comb. You can see what they've added back. You can see the drawn comb on that brand new foundation.
Oh yeah.
They've got that one loaded and capping it off. And this frame, if you can look down in between it before the bees reload, you can tell that new frame is drawn out and looks like they've got most of it capped up on the
Top.
the high side. So I don't have any reason to believe these bees will not finish this super of honey. Let's drop down and see what the box below looks like. Oh yeah. When I added this, they lacked a little work on the two outside frames, which y'all know how I operate. I moved those in and moved two out. So by doing that, I refocused them and they did what they should have. They went ahead and finished those before they got to the honey super. When y'all work your excluders free, be kind of gentle with them. You bend a couple bars apart, you may have a little problem coming. Get it where a queen can squeeze through. Never good to open up the honey super and there'd be full of eggs and larvae. All right. I would be interested to know if we've got any brood up in the top box. They had gotten pretty I guess you'd say industrious. They immediately.
Now this was the one that had not been touched.
That's correct.
When you
This
added
entire super was full of nothing but frames and foundation, and it was a 9.
But when you added the honey super, that one right there was.
Oh, when I added the honey
9.
super, this frame was not complete.
So it does have brood, cap brood right in the middle.
Okay.
Honey around the edge.
So Corinne's giving me the lowdown on this side, and she is right. That is capped brood.
You know, we get the question a lot, how to tell the difference between.
Well, right there is a good example.
Brood.
As you'll get, you can see where the, if I can get this where I can kind of prop it up right here. You can see capped worker brood laying down
To me, it always looks like it kind of has cornmeal mixed in with it.
The fresher it is, it really does. The fresher the wax, the prettier those cappings are, the older the comb gets. This has got it all. So this has got larvae, various stages. It has got up to cap. We know they cap in 9 days. Here's some that the little holes in them's where they're finishing them to be capped. So we know that the queen's gone to work. She was in the, I don't know where she was, to be honest with you. She could have been laying, she could have that deep laid up. I can look down through it and I can tell they pulled comb down there as well. I can tell right here that this frame is loaded with, this is one of them deals. I'm out here without a frame perch. I'm interested now, and I haven't been prepared. This was all I was going to show you, but now I can't stand it. I got to look at this next frame. I am just amazed at what that many bees did in 3 weeks. Now here they have built this out. She had the opportunity to put a little bit down there. And here's all a big old patch of brood on this side. And it's everything you want to see. It's eggs, larvae, cap brood. Of course, they've got honey sealed all the way around it. Looks to me like the queen that's in here was definitely still a good one. And they have really, I can see the comb down in the bottom. And there are literally bees everywhere working alive in there. You know, people ask all the time about 9-frame spacers, and you can't put bees in on 9-frame spacers, can you? Without them getting a little wild with their comb. Well, I assure you, this particular box, 9-frame spacers, equally spaced, and as you can tell, in my opinion, they did an excellent job of keeping them pretty well uniform. I see the outside ones are probably going to be a little excessive in width, but in reality, they didn't do anything weird. They jumped right on it and went to work. And they pulled everything about as good as you could ask them to pull it. So, alright, we know everything we needed to know, and we know, I think, but that probably just answered 1/3 of the questions, maybe more, that are on our comments on our YouTube channel. We appreciate y'all asking those. We always try to get back and answer them if possible. Sometimes life gets busy and we get behind. Corinne and I wanted to come out here and just do what we've done. We know we've got it. We've got a laying queen. We know they have pulled the foundation on all their frames. So we have got a tremendous brood nest for them. We have got a queen excluder and a honey super that they're going to fill and finish. And that may be as far as they make it here in Central Arkansas, as far as what they're going to produce for us. But these bees have got a great start for summer and winter. Till we see you again, roll that beautiful bee footage. Thanks for watching.